Project Lore, episode number 5. In this week's episode, we are going into the Botanica. Now, the Botanica is the second section in the Tempest Keep. We went into the Mechanara a couple weeks back. The Tempest Keep was created by the Naru and is being overrun by the Blood Elves. Now, we have Kael'thas's commander is in the Botanica, guarding the Botanica. They're doing experiments on all the plant life in Azeroth. They actually have an arcane ancient, or an ancient of the arcane that was captured from Darnassus and is actually the end boss in Botanica. So basically, we want to go in and disrupt all their experiments and defeat the Blood Elves as best we can. Sit back, relax, and enjoy Project Lore. In this week's episode, the role of Dr. Dark shall be played by Schnoobin.
Salutations!
Schnoobins. So, let's get into this and kill some trash, shall we? Mark skis. Now, Jimmy, don't go after the sheep.
He just gets a little crazy sometimes.
Ooh, nice heels. You must have some epic shit on.
I'm wearing real good gear.
Cool.
How good?
It's real good.
Good.
So the Mender is a healer?
We're gonna sheep that one first.
Yes.
Pulling.
So now this is the part where the hunter just lays down and relaxes to gather his energy.
So Dorkins is dead currently.
No, he's not.
Get
That's what they
around
call
his body.
feigned death. Thank you so much.
All right, everybody gather round, gather round. It's time for some brilliance. Playing smart, people. May not be teachers, but we are intellectuals.
Kill it, kill it.
Oh, look at that extra awesome polymorphism.
Nice work, dude.
Okay.
I think we're getting the groove here.
Yeah. Okay, and we need the boss to be away up the bridge before we pull, otherwise we pull the boss. Right, gotcha.
Whatever. Just don't let me die.
Whatever! Pulling!
What's with the shades, Corey Hart?
Check it.
Whoa!
Sick, right?
IZ3D, the world's first 3D monitor designed for gamers.
It's like I'm in the world of Warcraft.
There are a lot of people that don't understand, that aren't at the level yet to have to deal with the whole like tank, DPS, crowd control mechanic. Mm-hmm. So I thought maybe we'd take a second to talk about tanking, right?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Tanking,
Okay.
I have to say, is a thankless task. A lot like healing. DPS, everybody thanks DPS, top of the DPS.
But everybody
charts.
wants to be DPS and throw it out there and
Yeah,
make it hard.
and
Of
when-
course they should, because
yeah.
we damage everything.
Right, exactly.
Go ahead.
It's the most important
So-
job, I think.
I agree. So tanking and healing are two most important jobs, and they're also the most thankless jobs. Tanking is all about generating
Generating
threat.
aggro. Generating threat.
Yeah.
Right.
So what? Like, talk through your cycle. Like, how do you? He's a warrior. You're a prot warrior.
Yeah, I'm spec'd as a prot warrior, so all of my skills and everything are designed to be a standing meat shield. So I have massive armor and stamina buffs on everything, and stamina gems to get massive amount of hit points and a massive amount of armor. And so all I do is run in and stand in front of the bad guy and wave my hands and hit him real hard so he doesn't go after everybody else.
Yeah.
And
Stamina equals hit points?
Stamina equals hit points.
Yeah. So what are your hit points right now? Like, what are you?
My hit points right now. Well, I don't know if I have any buffs on here. Do I?
So
Nothing.
unbuffed.
So unbuffed, my health, my stamina, my health is 15,054.
So that's a lot. Like compared to
lot.
me, I can't even see how
I
much.
have 7.
You have 7,773.
Yeah, I'm wearing
Not
mail,
even
and I have
half.
7,960.
And
Yeah,
my
yeah.
armor is 16,000.
I have over half. Thank you very much.
Which is awesome.
And my armor is 16,000. Now on the other side, like my damage is only 180 to 264.
Right.
Versus like
so my
mine, which
DPS
would be
is
like
138.
3.7.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
mine's like
DPS
1,000.
is 138.
So, but the hard thing
Wow.
is that, you know, when you're managing multiple ads, I think that's the biggest problem for
Right.
tanks because,
Yes.
you know, it's easy to sort of like
You
be,
can take
this
one
is the guy
thing.
I'm,
Yep, I can stand at one guy, and there are several moves and skills that I fire off that generate threat, whether it's Devastate or my Shield Slam, which is one of the big ones, or Thunderclap. So standing there tanking one is pretty easy.
Yeah. But it's
Oh.
when multiples come in that it gets really difficult.
Right, and so what you have to do is you target one, throw a bunch of threat on him, and then target the next one, and throw a bunch of threat on him, so you can keep them both looking at you instead
Yeah.
of attacking other people. Go.
Jerry.
Now, paladins have consecrate for like as an AOE threat generator. Do
Correct.
warriors have that? Isn't that what Thunderclap is?
Thunderclap is yeah, it's an AOE threat generator, exactly. So that
So
one
if you get multiples, do you have to do the target each?
with Thunderclap
or
you don't
can
have
just
to.
Thunderclap?
I just throw it
It's just-
down and it lands on everything.
Now,
Is that what
Thunderclap
you
is
do?
an
Is that how you
example.
do it?
Thing, though.
What's that, Juggy?
It's just a one-tap thing. It doesn't lay there.
Right, it's
lay
not
there like
persistent. I
Consecrate.
fire it
Yeah.
off and
What
it
do you mean
happens
persistent?
once. Like
Consecrate is damage over time. So Consecrate
Right.
is always constantly adding threat to every other thing, but Thunderclap happens once and then it cools down.
It's whatever's
Right.
in that
So you can
radius
only
gets
do it
that
when
action.
But
it's
everything
cooled down.
coming at him or at us,
Right.
if he thunderclaps, will go to
and
him.
it's within
correct?
that range.
If
Not-
it's in
it
within
not necessarily
the
will-
radius.
The
As
way
long
it
as it
works-
generates enough aggro.
Right. They don't necessarily, they're not necessarily attracted to me. If it already has more threat, if somebody else has more
Yeah.
threat on it,
It just does damage to those.
Doesn't
as
it
they come
also? It only hits like 4 or 5 targets, something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
4 or 5, something like that. Like
So Consecrate is interesting. So Pallies are interesting tankers. The problem is Pally's threat relies solely on mana. So in the long fights, if a Pally tank runs out of mana, they basically can't generate threat at
Right.
all. So
That's
it's
interesting.
game over for
and
Pally.
my threat is just based on how much I hit or get hit.
Yeah, and also your rage,
Right.
increases and all that stuff. So that's kind of tanking mechanics. We're going to talk a little bit about all the different classes as we go through here because a lot of people have been asking for that in the forums and in the on the site. So now let's kill this lady. So we're here at the first boss in Botanica, Commander Sarannis. I think it's Sarannis? Something along those
Sarannis.
lines.
You wanna
Sarannis. Yeah, no, that's all right.
Sereno.
Sarannis. So this is actually Kael'thas's main commander, and she's sort of in charge of protecting the Botanica, which is where they're doing all these crazy plant experiments and such. She has 2 special abilities. She uses Arcane Resonance, which is a debuff that stacks up to 3 times, increasing the arcane damage on the target by 1,200 each time. She'll lay that onto the tank to do more damage on him. And then she has Arcane Devastation, which is just a giant arcane hit, melee hit, as it were. So the trick with her, pretty much it's a tank and spank, except she, at about 50 to 30% health, she'll start spawning ads. So she spawns 4 ads, 3 non-elites, and 1 elite. So when she spawns those ads, I'm going to have Schnuben sheep the elite. And then if you want to do your area of fear,
Okay.
after I get the sheep off.
Just call it out.
I'll call it off. Or I'll call it out. And then if for some reason we don't burn her down fast enough with the DPS that we have, we should be able to burn her down before the second wave of ads comes. But if we're having some trouble and the fear guys come back, Dorkins, you and I are going to pick up the ads. So you just if you see the ads coming back without not feared, don't go after the sheep, but just grab one of the ads, and we'll start rocking it.
That's it.
So that is Commander Sarannis, as it were. Let's see what we can do. All right, let's get a ready check here.
Are we doing a misdirect?
Yeah, misdirect to Lyle.
Ready, check. We're ready.
Okay.
Do it. There she is.
Step forward.
Do we need to stand in any certain place here?
No, right there's fine.
Wow. All right.
What, did she say something and hit you?
No, he's just taking serious damage.
That's because he's got that debuff on. Alright, time for my DPS stuff.
Good thing my heals are so elite.
Ha!
She is going down. Oh!
Bring it!
Heroism. What?
Oh, she's going down.
Before the ads happen?
Oh my god!
DBS! DBS! FTW! DBS! DBS! FTW! DBS!
Imperial Tanzanite, 5 spirit, 9 healing, 3 spell damage.
Ooh. What
I
say
could
ye?
use that gem. What?
Anybody want the mail?
Male shoulder pads, blue male shoulder pads.
Not for an
Probably all
offset or
have.
anything?
DE.
Okay.
Heroism. What?
Project Lore is powered by Falcon Northwest.